Welcome back, crafters, to day 12 of the 30-day scrap challenge. And today we're talking banners. So trying to use up some cardstock and designer series paper by making either like a banner to put on a card or a banner to hang on your wall. So we're going to do a little bit of both. So first of all, let me show you some products that came to mind when I was thinking about making banners. These are dies that have long since retired, but I saved them because I love the idea of a banner. In terms of punches, we have two current punches that could work. This one is called Banners Pick-a-Punch, and it actually makes two different cuts, basically, one inward and one outward. And you can do different sizes here. The only trick is it has to be in these sizes. And then another punch, which I love, is called the Tailor Tag Punch. And this one we're going to be using on a future challenge, but it's also good for making banners, even though it specifically is not a banner. So I'm just going to show you using a piece of scrap paper that I had laying around. You could take this tailored tag punch and just turn it backwards. I always like to see so that I can line it up properly. So that's why I always do it upside down. And then when you get those two corners lined up, you punch, and then you've got yourself a banner. Now, if you don't have this punch or a punch that will do something like this, my other trick is to grab your pair of snips. And I do my own banners usually most of the time by just cutting a snip in the middle and then coming from the corner up to that slit. And then from the other corner up to the slit. And you can do your own that looks almost as good every time. And I also have one of those drawers in that caddy that I showed you before labeled banners. And so honestly, these are pretty much all left over from Paper Pumpkin, which is our monthly subscription kit. And so they always give us extras in case we mess up. And so all of the extras get thrown into here. And then when I'm about to add a sentiment, I usually come here rather than cutting a new piece of paper. So these are jumping out at me mainly because they're red and that's fun, but it's because I've got a bunch of them. So I am going to take these and we're going to make a card. And again, just, cut your own banner or use some kind of punch or die that you have. But red reminds me of Christmas. So I'm going to, let's say, make a Christmas card. I'm thinking about maybe making a banner that says Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to start by cutting them right about here. Okay. So let's say MERR. We'll do one more. Might be the same size. Something like that. Okay. And then I'll throw those back into my little jar. And then the next thing that comes to my mind would be to try and use some kind of hole punch. So this is an old retired Stampin' Up! Punch. I don't think we have anything like this anymore, but you probably have something laying around. And I'm going to try, you know what I'm going to do? See if I can do all 5 of them at once. That way they'll line up a little bit better. I'm going to try and do 2. The trick will be to see if I can get some baker's twine through those holes. Okay. Then we're going to see about weaving some baker's twine and making a little banner. Okay, so that banner took a long time, so I'm glad you didn't see me film that, mainly because the holes that I punched were a little small. So now that the banner has some string on it, I'm going to use the Playful Alphabet dies. These are current, and I love them and use them so often. And I'm just going to cut out the word Merry, and I put these on white cardstock and then on adhesive sheets. So it's easy to just put them down as a sticker. And then once you have your little banner made, you'll then want to find some maybe DSP to put behind it with your coordinating card base. So I looked through my scrap bin, hoping to find the word Christmas already stamped or die cut out, and I could not find one. So I had to go and cut one in order to complete this card. So again, just remember to always try and look at what you have already before you go cut something new. But anyhow, I found a retired set of dies that had the word Christmas that I thought would be good for this, called Merry Christmas. They retired not too long ago, so I also use this Christmas cut out in white. So I looked through my bin of mats trying to find a Christmas pattern, and so I came up with this one, and thinking that's probably more cherry cobbler. So if we put this here and then we put the banner down, I actually was thinking, we'll see about this, but I'm going to tuck this baker's twine behind the designer series paper just because it got a little messed up as I was threading it. And then I went ahead and cut some additional baker's twine to just do the ribbon. I thought that would be like the ties on the end. I thought that would be a little bit easier. And then I'll just add the die cut word Christmas here, and we've got a fun little card. So I'll put this together, but I just wanted to show you an example of how to put Merry Christmas on a banner, on a card, and then we're going to show you some ideas of banners you can make for your wall. So one of my favorite banners I've ever made was this one designed by my upline, Chris Waddell. She lives in Illinois, and she had this class where we all made this adorable banner. It's got this fun vintage feel with lots of elements and brads and whatnot, but it also uses up some DSP. So this could be an option for you as you think about fun ways to use up your DSP. Another banner that I made just recently was this one. This DSP is from like 10 or 12 years ago, but I love the black and white look. And so I just added some circles and then some retired letters to make a swap banner. And then I have this hanging in my craft room where you can see I display all the latest swaps from my team and the events that we do. So another fun way to make banners using up DSP. I hope you've got some ideas for banners that you can create. I finished my card. I just want to show you the finished product. And I decided not to adhere my banner down so it sort of moves around when the recipient will get it in the mail. But I just thought it was a cute way to put a banner on a card. And I can't wait to see the ideas that you come up with. So make sure you post yours over in the Stamp with Cheryl group. Happy crafting.